first few weeks, I used to cry a lot, sob a lot, remembering everything back home. I said, no, I got to change it. How? I will be volunteer. I'll be active. I'll be busy. And that was an amazing decision.
Farid Ahmed's words of forgiveness were heard around the world following a terror attack in Christchurch, New Zealand.
I want a heart that will be full of love and will forgive lavishly.
His words and stories offer both healing and hope for the future.
If our heart is full of love, then peace will start from here.
Episode 40, Meeting Fellow Muslims.
Within 1 year, I would compare myself that I grew like mushroom, and I had to, because there was no plenty time in front of me. Whatever time I had in between arriving and then settling down with job and immigration, I didn't have much time. So I could say about 1 year. In that 1 year, I wanted to do as much as I could to have a feeling about communities, New Zealand. So the best way it was possible was to look for voluntary activities. And I wanted to be volunteer wherever I could. So I want to stress on this point. If you are an immigrant, this is very important for you, because I believe I did that and it was good for me. You come, you are struggling for a job, you are waiting for immigration. Don't waste time. Don't sit down alone and feel depressed. If you do, you will cry like me. Because first few weeks, I used to cry a lot, sob a lot, remembering everything back home. I said, no, I got to change it. How? I will be volunteer. I'll be active. I'll be busy. And that was an amazing decision. You know, I am very privileged that I did that. So anyway, remember last week I told you about a friend, a brief friend, and then I lost him. So the day I met him, he managed to find 45 minutes for me, and he had his own car. He said, I'll take you to the nearest Muslim center. I said, yeah, let's go. So he took me there and he introduced me to some people over there. So that was the start. Within 10 months, people pushed me to be a candidate in the election for Assistant General Secretary. So my main job would be helping the main secretary. He was a very knowledgeable brother, and he said, in the meeting, you will take the note. That will allow me to do the talking. I said, that will be a good combination, because I want to be more fluent. I want to learn the fluency, speaking in English. So I can write down and I can listen to your chatting, and I will learn from you guys. So I won in the election. In a very short period of time, how could I win? Because I did few voluntary things. For example, I got into teaching, assisting the imam, volunteered in few activities. People noticed I didn't want any position. I'm not that kind of person. I do not want that I want to be in a position, because it is one kind of greed. I want to help without any position. But if the community, if the people, they push me and they say, you are fit for this, we want you to take this responsibility, then I say yes, I'll take it. Otherwise, this is a subtle thing I practice, that I am never greedy for any position. So when community they serve, they talk to me, probably they found me sincere, genuine, a free slave.
like that phrase. Free slave.
Yeah, without any expectation, nice to people, helping, giving lecture time to time, this sort of things, in event gathering, helping them in cooking, cleaning, things like this. And also, they found me very trustworthy, so they also put me into some, donated goods that we could sell it to the community people to get the money and put the money into the collection. So those sort of things. So within 10, 11 months, I was assistant social secretary over there. And through that, I learned huge, and at that time, predominantly Fijian brothers and sisters, they were managing the mosque in South Auckland. So I used to even sometimes go to their houses. They used to invite me. Nice, the most or nicest dish I have enjoyed, I remember, I should be fair, it is called beef buna. Ooh, wow. They used to make nice beef buna with roti, very light, flatbread. Yeah. So I used to enjoy when they invited me. Some Pakistani families, they used to cook in a halwa, one kind of sweet with carrot. Beautiful. And Imam himself, Friday, he used to cook for me. Stay, you got to eat with me. Yeah. So, I enjoyed food, I enjoyed company, I learned English from them, I learned how to manage things, in so many different ways. So that was my beginning with Muslim community, and very quickly, within another year, I was quite well known for lecturing as a young man. It was quite a lot. There used to be pocket gathering, few families come together, they would do a gathering, another family. So almost every weekend I was busy giving a lecture, talking to people, attending funeral, this and that.
At that time, 35 years ago or so, what was the attitude of non-Muslim New Zealanders to the mosque? Do you recall feeling part of society, or did you feel separate from?
No, I met many non-Muslims, because one thing I enjoyed and I really liked, in Fijian they taught me, mainly Fijian programs. So in every big occasion, they would invite Kiwis. Lots of Kiwis, they would come, they would invite leaders. In their weddings, so I remember in one wedding, that time Honorable David Longi, he was the guest speaker. And from the community, the youngest speaker was Farid.
Good Lord.
So I learned from them basically that how we should, do programs with Muslims and Kiwis. few Pakistani community leaders. I saw them. They were also organizing this kind of Kiwi and Muslim gatherings, bringing people together, eating together, sharing the culture. So if I probably had not started like that, probably I would not have got the confidence. Because later on, when I became active in New Zealand with my activities, I would say that I started bringing Muslim and non-Muslim together in my programs. So from Muslim side, most of them they are shy. Some of them they are not good in English. So they feel shy. Oh, how can we get in touch with the non-Muslim or the host community? What if we are not speaking nicely? So I encourage them that the only way you can test yourself when you come and mix with them, and you will see that how they will encourage you. And people who listen to me, they thank me because they say, we were shy. But Kiwis are very nice. You invite them, they'll come, they are non-judgmental. We are also non-judgmental. So, we do our own prayers in our own way, but when we come into the social arena, we are friends. We do not harm to one another. We advise one another. So that way it helps the both community. Muslim community, they are new immigrants, they get confidence and they get hope that yes, they are welcome in this country. And on the other hand, some non-Muslim, they also have some fear. What if Muslim, they are judgmental to us? What if they do not like us? So when they come and they get the experience that, oh, silly willy, we were unnecessarily, we were, fearful. So that's how, I have been working, but my lesson of that style began from Auckland Muslim community.